There's a lot of SMGs in Warzone, but which 8 are the best? That is what we're going to be talking about in today's video. I do this once every week, just so you guys can stay fresh with all of the meta loadouts to use, and I will continue to do it in Modern Warfare 2 and Warzone 2 as well. So if you're interested to stay up to date with all the meta loadouts, make sure to subscribe for more, notifications on, and let's get into it. So first on today's video, we are going to be going for the Cold War MP5, by far one of the best SMGs, my favourite in the game at the moment actually. The time to kill is crazy, the iron sights are beautiful on specific blueprints. You do need a specific blueprint to get some nice iron sights. The iron sights normally are pretty decent, but there are some blueprints with very nice iron sights. And everything about this weapon is just really, really good. So the attachments for this are going to be the agency suppressor for the mainly for the accuracy, but it also suppresses the weapon. And then we're not going to be using a barrel. Don't stick a barrel on, there's no need. Instead, stick on Tiger Team Spotlight, Raider Stock, and also the Airborne Elastic Wrap. And this is going to boost the mobility up really, really nicely, because the Tiger Team Spotlight is going to increase the movement speed. Raider Stock is going to increase, ADS firing movement speed, all of that good stuff. And an Airborne Elastic Wrap is just going to increase like the ADS and stuff. And it makes this class really, really fast. We're then going to be finishing it off with the 50 round drum, which is quite a lot of bullets, and that is the full loadout. The MP40 in the most recent buff got a pretty significant buff, so we're going to be using this in today's video. It is definitely a really good option. For this weapon, we're going to be using the recoil booster for the fire rate, and then we're going to be using the short barrel, which is going to increase the damage and the limb damage. Make sure to try that one out, it's a really good attachment. We're going to be using the slate reflector for the optic. That's my favourite optic for close range weapons. You can use any optic of your choice. Removed stock for the mobility, and then we're going to be going for the hand stop underbarrel just to give it some more accuracy. We're then going to be using the 45 round magazine, increasing the recoil control, movement speed, ADS and fire rate, along with the lengthened ammo type. And then we're going to also be using the taped grip, which makes the mobility very quick. For perk 1, we're going to be using momentum, and then for perk 2, we're going to be using quick, just to give this weapon a bit more mobility, making it nice and quick. The Vanguard PPSH is next. Even though it got a nerf in the most recent update, it still is a very, very dominant SMG, and it still is definitely meta. Now, unlike everyone else using hipfire builds, I've been using a different build that feels really nice. So you want to use this as a normal SMG, not a hipfire SMG, and you want to use the recoil booster, the ZAC 300mm barrel, and then you want to use the slate reflector. For the stock, we're going to be going for the removed stock or the folding stock. The folding stock is going to give you a bit more accuracy and ADS time, but the removed stock is just going to give you more movement speed in general, so it's up to you. Both of them are very good. For the underbarrel, we're going to be using the Strife angled underbarrel. This is just going to increase the accuracy of the weapon, and then we're going to be using the 71 Gorenko magazine instead of this one. We're then going to be using the lengthened ammo type, and then for the rear grip, we are going to be using taped grip. For perk 1, we're going to be using tight grip, and for perk 2, we're going to be using quick. This class just feels really, really nice. I'd really recommend giving it a go. The Owen Gun. I haven't seen anyone use this in such a long time, but after the most recent update, it is low-key back, so I'd really recommend you guys giving this one a go. We're going to be starting off with the recoil booster, and then we're going to also be using the rapid barrel to increase the accuracy, hipfire accuracy, and the fire rate of this weapon. We're then going to be using the 72 Gorenko round drums. This is going to increase the recoil control, which is quite important on this weapon because the recoil is quite noticeable on this weapon. It also increases the fire rate, lengthened ammo type, and then the stripe angled underbarrel to increase the recoil even more. The removed stock is going to be the next one, just for some more mobility. Slate reflector. For rear grip, we're going to be using a bit of something different. Usually I'd use tape grip, but instead we're going to be using the stippled grip tape just to increase with the accuracy instead. We're then going to be using acrobatic and quick to make this weapon nice and fast. The CX9 is a super underrated option, and I'd really recommend you guys giving this one a go in the most recent update. It just feels really nice. So for this, we're going to be using the monolithic suppressor, the 5mm laser, the Merc foregrip, the FR stock, and then the 50 round drums. You're going to want to use this as a hipfire build because it feels amazing, and the TcTeckk is very, very fast. The Armaguerra is next. Just like the PPSH, it did get a nerf, but it is still very, very good, and it is still definitely a meta SMG. For this one, we're going to be using the recoil booster and then the 315mm barrel, which increases the damage and it gives you less damage fall off at long range, which is a really good attachment. Slate Reflector, the skeletal stock, and then we're going to be using the strife angled, the 64 round magazine, lengthened ammo type, the taped grip, and then we're going to be using hard scope, and we're going to be using fully loaded. It's a bit of a different class than usual. This is kind of a sniper support class. Like, you want to use this at close and medium range because it actually is really, really good at medium range as well as like close range. So I'd really recommend you guys giving this one a go. It's a bit different than the typical class that a lot of people are using, but it feels really good. And the next one is the P90, which is just one of those weapons that is super unique and very underrated. So I'd recommend giving this one a go. It kind of can be used as like a assault rifle as well. Like, the range on this SMG is crazy. For this, we're going to be using the monolithic suppressor, the retribution barrel, and then you want to use the fly strap along with the 2 stippled grip tapes, which are just going to increase the accuracy and the mobility. And the final weapon in today's video is going to be the MAC-10, and the reason I'm including this one in today's video is because of the mobility. This is one of the highest and fastest mobility weapons in the game, just making it very, very quick. So it's just crazy fast. Make sure to give this one a go. We're going to be using the agency suppressor, the task force. We're then going to be using the raider stock, the 53 round drum, and the Tiger Team spotlight. And that is the end of the video. Subscribe for more, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.